welcome. I've got Nessa Barrett here in the WNCI virtual studio, we'll call it. Welcome, girl.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. It is so good to see you. You are adorable. And I wish that when I was 18, I was as cute, successful, 10.3 million followers on TikTok. You got 5.4 million on IG, but that aside, you are a blossoming musician right now. You are on fire. And when our listeners found out that we were going to be chatting, they were super excited.
Oh my God, that's so amazing. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're so welcome. I appreciate you taking time out of your day.
Of course.
Let's just hop right into it. So before you started your music career, you kind of took off on TikTok. How did that happen? Like, what made you go into TikTok?
I was in high school and everyone was on the app. So I was just like a normal teenager that got an app and started posting as myself, just like everyone else. And then it was kind of like an overnight thing. And I feel like it was very fast, but I just kind of grew a huge platform from the app. And went viral, and it was really weird because like I never like wanted that, but it happened, and yeah.
That is just so cool. So did you always want to go into music? Was that your main goal always? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, like since I was born, I feel like music has been a huge part of my life. And that was my biggest dream, was to always be a singer, and that was like my goal and like what I wanted to do with my life. But it was hard, like trying to figure out how to get there because, you know, I lived in a small town in New Jersey, and I didn't like, I don't even know. I was like, how am I get to LA? So, I mean, it happened. So yeah.
That is just so cool. And so you have this great song right now that we love playing on WNCI, La Di Die. So, so, so good. And I call it a song of many moods because I feel like you can get all in your feels, but it also gives you like that bad bitch energy.
Yes, I love that. I love that. I mean, like, yeah, it's kind of crazy because like whenever like I write and like make songs, it's like it comes from such a deep place. But then there's also like a side of me that also comes out to where it's like, yeah, I'm going through this, but like look where I am now type of thing. So I love that you can feel the bad bitch energy because I mean that's what I'm all about. But yeah, I mean it's dark, but I love it. I think it's such a cool song.
It is so cool. And the more I listen to all the different kinds of versions, because I was just listening to the acoustic and I'm like, what just happened? Like it is so good. And I love the video when you're just in that. It almost looks like a sauna, but I don't think it is. Is it?
It was like a church.
Oh my God. Okay.
Church, but then it was like the attic of the church. I don't even know, but yeah, it was something like that.
The mood was really cool. And I feel like in the original video for La Di Die, like that's where you feel both moods. Because in the beginning, you're like, you are kind of in your feels. And then when Jaden arrives, you're like, let's get the hell out of here.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
How did you and Jaden get to collab?
We've been friends for almost 2 years now. And before La Di Die, we have been recording at the same studio for a while. And like we would, you know, just kind of like vibe together sometimes and like make songs, you know, that are like gonna be like unreleased always. Yeah, so then I had La Di Die, and it was originally just my song. And then I had a meeting with my team, my A&R, and you know, I was jumping into this new vibe, like this new space for this song. And so we thought a feature would be really cool to like smooth out that transition of like the new vibe that I was going into from someone that's already in that space. And the first person that came to mind was Jaden, because he was my friend. And we recorded in the same studio, and it was just like, I don't even know, I just felt like it was perfect. And we asked him, and that same day he got on it. But it was like so like organic and easy, and I feel like that's how like all features should go. It was like very like Yeah,
No,
good.
it blends so good. And you are just a natural superstar. Like, we were not ready for you. Let me just say that. You're welcome. You guys also kind of had another project on a podcast, Prom in Hell, and you wrote a song with him called I'm Dead.
Yeah, I'm Dead. Yeah, I mean, that song's very sad. Yeah. I feel like a very different vibe. But it's just cool to make like so many different types of music. I think when we wrote that, we were going through a really weird time. I know I was going through it, and I'm pretty sure he was too. But I don't know, it's just kind of cool. I just feel like we work so well together, and being able to cope with our problems as like one, I think is super awesome, and like create something so special like music. But yeah, that was a really fun experience. That song was like done in like 2 days, I think.
Wow.
Yeah,
That is
crazy.
really cool. I was like peeping the podcast and I'm like, that's actually really cool. I like the whole way it's all set up and how it's kind of like a musical comedy, you know, and everything like that. So it's cool.
Yeah, it was fun.
So, girl, I feel like, was it the moment where you knew you made it when you were on Jimmy Kimmel and Ellen DeGeneres? Because it's like, hey, mom, what's up?
I think 100%, you know, in that moment, it was just so surreal that I couldn't feel it and like process it and like understand, be like, holy crap, like I made it. But when like people come up to me and they're like, yo, like I saw you on Kimmel, I saw you on Ellen, like how, and I'm like, okay, this is like after the fact, just kind of when I realized like I think I'm like getting there, and it's so exciting. Um but yeah, I'm just like so excited to just keep moving up and working hard, and I hope everything will pay off. But yeah, the Kimmel and Ellen thing was such an amazing experience.
A lot of people wanted me to ask you, like, what was the preparation for that for?
Um, I, oh, I was like, did we do rehearsals? Yeah, we did a rehearsal. We we rented out a studio, and we like kind of like practiced performing in front of a mirror with like mics and stuff, and like singing to the track. And then when we got to set, um and we were given like the packs and like put our in-ears in, you know, we kind of like did sound check for a little bit, and I think that was kind of the only like vocal preparation, like and performance preparation for that. But you know, like I think like a week or two or maybe more, I suck at times. We kind of sat down and had meetings with a director, because like we had to shoot the video and we wanted to be super sick and like have the set sick, and it came out great, and I think it was fairly easy and simple. But yeah, I mean, it was, we just had sound check right before our performance and then kind of just did it.
Awesome. The first of many. You killed it on both. So congratulations, girl.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Aside from you being a huge superstar, you are a huge mental health advocate. What would you say to someone right now who's struggling? Obviously, you're not a mental health professional, but what would you say to someone if, you know, someone was struggling right now?
Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest thing that I try to share with everyone that kind of supports me is that like you're not alone, you know, if you're going through it. Because I know like in my darkest times, and I was like back home in New Jersey, um, you just have like this like unbearable feeling of like loneliness, and thinking that like you're the only one going through whatever you're going through in that moment. And I think it just like feels a little bit better, and it's a little comforting knowing that there's so many people out in the world that are taking one day at a time, like the same way that you are, and you know, dealing with um, all different types of struggles. But yeah, and honestly, there I've had like so many times where I've tried to give up, but if I did, it's like I wouldn't be where I am right now. So like anything's possible, and life is so beautiful and worth it. So yeah. Yeah.
Really praise you for using your platform to share that, because I'm sure so many people see you and they're like, oh, she's so beautiful, she's so lucky, she's so talented. But the truth is, like, I think we all go through that just in some degree of mental health. So the fact that you take the time to share those battles, because it's very difficult to even share it, I praise you for that. So yeah. Now back to the music. You've been in the studio recording. You've been working hard, girl. You've got a brand new song dropping for next Friday, the 25th.
Yes.
Counting Rhymes. Tell me real quick about it before I let you go.
Oh my God, I love it. You know, it's more on the pop side. It's amazing. I think it's a perfect follow up from Lottie Die, and you know, I think it's just a typical like hot girl summer breakup song. You know, I think that's all. That's kind of what it's all about. You know, having that confidence and just kind of like doing your own thing and like being a badass. I think that's just kind of what I love. You know, I've had like breakup songs from like If You Love Me and then like Pain, and it's like, oh my God, like so pretty. But I think Counting Crimes is kind of just like hot girl, like badass
You're
shit.
like, I'm
And
back.
yeah,
Like,
and I
let's
love
go.
it. I'm so excited. I think it's perfect for the summer. But yeah.
I cannot wait. You have a preview on your Instagram at Nessa Barrett, and you can also pre-save that song right now on your IG bio, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Nessa, for joining me real quick on this interview. I cannot wait to keep following you, and I hope that you can come to Columbus soon. I really hope so.
Oh my God, I would love that. Thank you so much for having me. This was so amazing.